sometimes we don't think about our knees pummeling in well. This makes me think of something connected that I think is important. Well, let me break for a second, my love. Sometimes when people get excited, they've passed your guard, you get on this side, she's right here. And now, what she wants to do is she wants to come around and get some kind of mounted position. So people step their foot around all the time. They do this. And they're like, okay, sweet. And they try to get this position, okay? I love when people do that because they step into my hook every time they do it. Because my hook is always waiting right here. Always waiting right here. So when she steps. There's no way to avoid stepping into my hook. Because if she steps over my arm right now, to step as high, like here, well, that makes no sense at all. Because I'm just gonna, she's not gonna do that. So she's gonna step over my legs. But when she does, this is all I have to do. And next thing you know, I'm spinning around and I'm hooking and blah, blah, blah. So, this brings me back to why we pummel with our knees. So when she's here, I want her knee to pummel. Yes, and now pummel straight to the ground. I want the knee pummeling in. That reminds me of the same concept of making sure the knees and the shins and everything that you don't just, you've got to make sure you bring your knees in tight in positions. And this is a great example of one, because when someone knee rides me, yeah, now I have a different problem. When she knee rides this, I've got a problem and I'm like this. But if she just starts pummeling that knee down, it's hard to stop that. Very different than stepping over. So this just kind of reminded me of like the importance of using, knees tight in positions and not kind of just being being big with your legs and stepping over things. This is just another good example of how knee cutting works too. Anytime I'm coming in, how important it is, sometimes I'm gonna have to knee cut out that way, back, because I'm not gonna be able to knee cut, slide forward. It's not gonna happen. So sometimes my knee cut, because Melane's got a good this, my knee cut's actually gonna end up going that way. And I'm just gonna smash this down. Granted, I'm still pretty far out, but I can still fight my way back in. Bless you. So I just kind of wanted to think about how we're using our knees and how pummeling and working the knees and mobility all connect, and how all this matters, how tight we can be and use these elements. Because you're sometimes like, how do I use my mobility? What's my mobility do for me? This is a good example of when you're here and you've got to clear this knee, in position. Well, that takes a lot. Look how much you've got to bring that up. If you really want to get that up, that's a pretty good ride right there. Most people's hip mobility won't let them even get that. So that's why mobility matters in jiu-jitsu, getting into the small spaces. And we're always trying to get into small spaces. One more thought, just for us on getting into small spaces. She's here. Yeah, that's fine. She's in it. So she's got a tight position here. This knee, she's basically taking this leg out of the game. I can't get my foot, I can't get this inside here. She's got too much, she's bringing her hip down too tight. So that's not gonna happen, right? So what I have to do in these moments is I gotta create moments that then allow me to create that. That's your mobility. That's when your mobility matters. Because you're here and you're like, okay, I've got no space, there's nowhere to go. So I've got to make a little adjustment. And now I've got to get this pummel in. And now I've got to bring it all the way up. And basically bring it into this very tight space. That's how you good guard recovery. Because a lot of people say to me, man, your guard is hard to pass because I'm good at bringing my knees into tight spaces. I don't have much space, which is what this guy's trying to take away from me. No space, no space. So I'm like, nah. And I can always build back a little bit to get my frames back in again. So never underestimate basic things like that. Just being able to get your knee as tight as you can get it here and learning how to pummel it into the small spaces to create your frames and build your guard back, you know what I'm saying? So I think this is good for us to, let's play with that for a moment. I'd like for you to actually feel another example since our brain today is on pummeling the knee. So we don't have to, it doesn't matter if we do 4 different things. Let's just play with pummeling the knee. So let's go to this, let's use this as our next exercise together. Your partner's on top, nice smashing half, top half. You're fucked. Your arms are out here. They shouldn't be out here, but you got beat somehow. Okay, no problem. Because by the way, if my arm was already here and she was here, it wouldn't be a big deal for me to just start doing that. You know what I mean? If you've already got a hand and collar position, you're strong. This is a worse position. This assumes you got beat and your hands are out here. This is really bad. So now, what I want you to do to use your mobility again, she wants me flat. I want a little bit of shoulder position. So she wants me here, and I want me here. Now, from here, this foot, watch. She can't stop that. There's nothing she can do to stop me from going here. Now, you can stay as heavy as you want. I'm going to, look, even if I have to go here, here, in all your weight, and I still have to go here. You see that? And now, my knee is under. Now, she's still smashing both my knees, but you know what I can do now? I can either bring this knee up or watch this. Is that making sense? Guard recovery is everything. You know, because somebody's going to smash your guard. It doesn't matter, you know, you're going to be so good, but somebody's going to come along and smash your guard. And so guard recovery is like, you know, if you have that, you can survive. You know, you can survive. Even against great guys, you can still survive. So, did this make sense? Let me do it one time without you. I'm here. What's my first position? Fighting from the side, because I cannot fight from here. I can fight from here. Now, a little hip mobility out. Now, pummel inside. If I can get this knee, okay, great. But if she's too heavy, then no problem. Look, look, look. I'm out the back door. And now I can start to build into this position. Boom. And there I'm back again fighting my guard. Is this making sense? Yes. Survival, guys. Survival. My teacher, Shanji, he's big and he's strong and they smash me. My whole game has been built on living, trying to stay alive with 200-pound guys just pressure passing, pressure passing, pressure passing. So everything I do is figuring out how to get back to survival. You know, so it's useful for us smaller guys. If you don't weigh 210 pounds, this is good for you. We all need this. If you're bigger, you can use different skills. But okay, shall we try it? All right, guys, let's do it.
Fala galera, são mais de 30 anos de jiu-jitsu, 25 anos competindo em alto nível. Hoje trago para você, em português, pro Brasil, a guarda diamante. Tá na hora de evoluir, resistir à pressão e se transformar na melhor versão de você mesmo. Ouça.